Alright, welcome to the fastest way to get a gun. So I just loaded up a new server. And basically what you want to look for is the closest fishing village. I think while this one's closer, I think this one's going to be best. So we're going to make our way over there and get a little bit of scrap on the way. So what you need is number one, a fishing village. And we're headed there. Check. Number two, you need daylight. Check. Oh, the sun's going down though. That's kind of bad. And then the third thing you need is on your way to the fishing village, collect 75 scrap. So we're going to go do that. This is all possible because of the missions update to Rust and the missions that it adds to the fishing village. One specifically is absolutely busted. So at 8:30 exactly we logged into the server. Let's see how long it takes precisely to do all these steps and to get our first tier 2 weapon. So things to watch out for. While you're making your way to the fishing village, the thing to watch out for is, well, other players, right? You got to make it to the fishing village with 75 scrap for this to even work. So while you're looting up with your rock, that is the biggest risk. But once you're out in the water, the biggest risk is sharks. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. Wow, loggers. So one little hit of a gas station got us what we needed. Alright, we don't need anything more than that. Let's bounce. The reason I'm choosing this one over this one is because there aren't going to be... This one is too close to land. There's not going to be diving sites in through here. You'd have to swim all the way out to here. But this one, while it's open, we're going to be able to dive immediately once we get off the coast. You want to go out there 100 health, and because sharks, man, sharks like 3 hit you, 4 hit you, and it's over. So like you get a little too close one time, it's over. Because you don't have a boat, man. If you have a boat, this is a lot easier. But we're doing it as a server start. First 10 minutes of the server, go get a tier 2 weapon. Alright, pulling up a fishing village, and what we're going to buy is a diving set, a complete diving set. 75 scrap gets you a mask, it gets you a diving tank, and it gets you fins. If you have a little bit more scrap, you can buy a wetsuit, but it doesn't really matter that much. Alright, talk to this guy. Get our set. Thank you, sir. Nice doing business with you. You don't have to get this, but since I had enough scrap, I went ahead and bought it anyway. And then, not that guy. He's not the guy you want. Come talk to this guy right here, Mr. Dive Master. And we want to... I want to go diving. Do not click hunting. You're not ready for that. I'm on it. To do the hunting one, you pretty much need a spear gun, and we don't have a spear gun yet. So unfortunately, at this point, I have to wait until daylight. You could swim out right now. It's just not really a great idea. You can't see anything under, so it doesn't really make sense to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make my way on land to that marker, because you do have to touch the marker. Alright, things to consider. Number one, if you die during this mission, the untie 10 crates, that counter restarts. So you cannot die during this, man. Second thing, you must avoid sharks at all costs. We don't have any way to fight or run from sharks. We only have this diving set to get around the ocean. If you come by a shark, you're dead. It's over. The count restarts, you'll lose a lot of time, and this strategy becomes way less important. Number 3, you must touch the marker. You must go over here and you must touch this guy. You have to. I don't know why. I don't know why, but you have to. Okay? The game makes you do it. So the thing that really is RNG is how lucky you get with, number 1, how close you are to a fishing village. And then number 2, how quickly can you find diving sites that don't have sharks on them. Sometimes that's very quick, sometimes it's not. So you kind of got to get lucky a little bit. Looks like there's a lot of diving sites right here, and the sun is coming up. That's beautiful. So I'm just going to chill right here until the sun comes up, and then we're going to dive down and see what's going on. If you dive right now, you see nothing. If a shark's down there, we're all dead. Oh, I might be too close. Uh-oh, please don't kill me. If there's a shark down there, he might have seen me and aggroed, and I might die. I'm going to swim a little bit away and wait for daylight. Alright, this might be too shallow for a shark to be here, so I'm going to kind of poke around and wait. They go in a circular motion around the shipwreck. So if you stay on one side long enough, you should see them. And generally, I notice them by their shadows. I don't see anything. I'm going to go ahead and move in. We got our first crate. And you'll notice up in the top left, right here, over here, search dive sites for crates. You have to go to the marker to get that part of the mission done. You can't just dive out and get any crates in any spot. You have to touch the marker. Now, you don't. If you go to your marker and there's a shark there, all you have to do is get close enough to get the search dive crate, the first part of the mission done, and then dip out of there. Okay? You don't have to loot the exact one, but you do have to get that. You have to get close enough to the marker for that mission to be complete. All right, we got lucky and we got one right here. Remember, you don't have to loot the crates. You just have to untie them. Unfortunately, it doesn't count down the crates for you on the mission, so you can't see how close you are. But I think we're at like 4 or 5 right now. Nice. Got another one down here. Beautiful, beautiful. We kind of got. Is that another one over there? What's that over there? Oh, I think it's another shipwreck. Oh my god, we got so lucky. It was so quick. I think that's a shipwreck. It is. It is. Okay. Do we have a shark? Shark or no shark? So this is generally how far you want to stay away from it until you know if it has a shark or not. I don't see a shark yet. Because, dude, I'm telling you, if it aggroes you right now, you're dead. Alright, cool. This is the worst kind of shipwreck because the boxes are in the reeds. And they're really hard to see. And this one didn't have a single box. See if I can get lucky underwater. Sometimes it's easier to look underwater than it is to look above water. Just because you can see things so much clearer. If you have a mask, it's so much easier. Alright, so once I hit the marker, I'm really headed to Underwater Labs. It seems to be that any kind of like oil rig or underwater lab or anything like that always has dive sites on the way to it from land. So I'm running that way just because I kind of know that. That's a little tip you can use as well. I don't see anything. Now I have a lot of time on my tank, but if you need to conserve, go up to the surface and look for water bottles as you go. Okay. What I like to do, a good strategy, is because you can't really see water bottles too well while swimming, I like to run over to one of the floating little debris, hop up on a barrel, and look around like that. And that way you can see a pretty long way on the surface to see if you can see any water bottles. Water bottles mark diving sites. Yeah, didn't know that. Oh, there's one down there, I think. What is that one? Yeah, I think it is, man. I think it is. Look what we got here. Do we have a shark, though? That's the most important consideration. Is there a shark? I do not see a shark. We've gotten so lucky with no sharks. Alright, no shark. Let's go. Watch him just appear out of nowhere and eat me. Well, there's another one right there. Nice. Okay. This is why it's really good to be underwater, man. You can see him so easily. It's when you have a mask. If you didn't have enough scrap to buy a mask, I suggest you stick to the surface and find water bottles and then dive down. And no sharks again, bro. 4 ships straight and no sharks. That's huge, man. That makes this so much faster. Dude, because if there's a shark here, you can't loot it. You can't. He'll kill you instantly. This might be our last one right here. And we're done. Alright, we're headed straight back. We're running straight back to the dive master. Now you go back to the fishing village that you came from. Or any fishing village. It doesn't have to be the one you came from, but since that's closest. And if we can make it within the next 2 minutes, that's going to be 20 minutes from logging the server. That includes getting your scrap, running to a fishing village, the challenge, the diving, everything. Okay, so part of this was super lucky because I found shipwrecks with no sharks, okay? That generally doesn't happen. I've done this a few times to test out the method, and generally you find your shipwrecks that you're going to find shark. Alright, pulling up to the fishing village. 20-minute mark exactly. Go ahead and pull up on this guy. Oh, I thought you could get up right there. Alright. Run around here, turn it in. Wow. That was difficult. Talk to my guy right here. Thanks, and give me my tier 2 weapon. Oh, you can do another one, but now we have our shotgun, tier 2 weapon, in 20 minutes of getting on the server. That's huge. So from this point, what I generally like to do, if I'm close to underwater labs, I like to go get a bow and a couple like low prim level gear, and I like to go out and do underwater lab with the shotgun. One shot with the bow and then one shot with the shotgun, or one shot close up with a pumpy in the head. That's over. So you can really clear underwater labs really quickly. Another thing you can do here is you can go PvP with the shotgun. Pretty much on a BP wipe, fresh, you're going to destroy anybody you come across who's trying to trade you with a nail gun with a shotty. You're going to fucking roll them. The other option you have is farming a little bit of sulfur. Man, I can't talk today. And grinding up some handmade shells and doing a little eco raid with a pumpy. You can do them really, really fast, and you can blow down through a couple of wood doors really quickly. And so there you go. There you are. You have your tier 2 weapon within 20 minutes of the server, from a rock to a tier 2 weapon in 20 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.